Hey, thanks for making it to Veterans Info Tap. I'm glad you made it today. Today I wanted to talk to you about the process of passing the federal budget, how that works. Just wanted to, I put a few notes here. So wanted to just kind of read it to you, following along here. Just so everybody's aware of how this process works, because there's a lot of information going out about budget proposals and what does that really mean, right? So what it means is that things are being talked about, not agreed upon, talked about, and for me, they're talking about things that affect me, my life, my family, and therefore I become involved or interested in what's being said. And where I disagree, I would let congressional members know. So with that, let's just jump into it. The federal budget process. And here it says, every year, Congress begins work on a federal budget for the next fiscal year. The federal government's fiscal year runs October 1st of the calendar year through September 30th of the next year. So that's the federal fiscal year, right? Annual funding areas. The annual budget covers the three spending areas. Mandatory spending, that's funding for Social Security, Medicare, veterans benefits, and other spending required by law. This typically uses over half of all funding. Discretionary spending. Federal agency funding. Congress sets funding levels for these each year. This usually accounts for around a third of all funding. So a third is discretionary spending. Interest on the debt. This usually uses less than 10% of all funding. Then it says here, creating the U.S. federal budget. The budget planning begins a year before the budget is to go into effect. Federal agencies create budget requests and submit them to the White House Office of Management and Budget, OMB. Okay, OMB refers to the agency's requests as it develops the budget proposal for the president. So you have basically the president's cabinet, all the different departments and so forth, that then report to the Office of Management and Budget in the president's corner, right? Then they help formulate a budget proposal for the president using the information that they're getting from all the different departments. Now remember, at least when I was a department head for a county government, same type of thing, right? It's I would always ask for more than I needed, so that way when they cut back on me, I would have at least what I needed, right? So whether I needed it or not, I was asking for more. And most departments do that. So the federal government's no different. Then it's up to the president, and really through OMB to then discern what's really important and what's not. So the president submits the budget proposal to Congress early the next year. So then at that point, the president's budget proposal is completed. Proposed funding is divided among 12 subcommittees which hold hearings. Each is responsible for funding for different government functions such as defense spending and or energy and water. The House and Senate create their own budget resolutions which must be negotiated and merged. Both houses, so your House of Representatives and the Senate, must pass a single version of each funding bill. Congress sends the approved funding bill to the president to sign or veto. So this is the process, right? As much as we like it or don't like it, there's a lot of checks and balances, and at the end of the day, Congress can send the approved funding bills to the president, and the president could then turn around and veto it or sign it and push it through. So a lot of times what we see is, when there's the holdup with passing the budget and government spending, and sometimes there's freezes on certain government work while they're figuring out the budget, it's because there's some disagreement, right? So that could happen. You know, it's hard to say. I will say that with regard to the things that affect us as a group, right? I mean, there's different things that affect everybody, but the one thing that affects us all is veteran benefits, right, through the VA. So this would be our federal, budget items. We also have state benefits, right? So the same thing happens in everybody's state. So the states are a little more solid with whatever they have for veteran benefits. It's already just kind of baked in and ongoing forever. But there could be new things that are getting asked for, and that's important to talk with your state assembly or state senators and that type of stuff. So with that, I'll go ahead and cut it there. Just wanted to give kind of the walkthrough for everybody. Thanks again for watching. I appreciate you. Have a great one. And remember, if we don't take care of each other, something went wrong. All right. Have a great one. I'm excited because I'm heading out to see my son. So I'll do a little video letting you know what's going on right after this one. All right. Thanks. Have a great one. Bye.